Hello all you people out there in TV land, my name is CB Studios, also known as Kurt, and it's been a while since I've stood in this exact spot in the collectibles room, but we're back. Now if you guys, if you watch my channel, if you watch everything that I put out, it's gonna have been a couple of days, and that intro will be really confusing. But I've been off in Europe, hence my Kunk on tour little shorts that I've been doing. Had a wonderful time. Met some amazing people, did some amazing stuff. It was a really, really good time. But I'm back, and I wanted to touch on some new things that will be happening. This is my announcement that I'm a giant Marvel fanboy, which of course, like, you know, I got the Marvel coffee mug, which is really hot because it's a tin mug and there's a coffee in there, and I don't know why I fucking did that. I have an Iron Man helmet here. I have a brand new t-shirt from Avengers Campers in Disneyland Paris, which is really fucking cool. And this is my announcement video of an upcoming project and somewhat of a project series slash vlog series that I will be doing. I'm building an Iron Man suit. So, at the very end of last year, I fixed up a couple of my old 3D printers that I have. I've currently got 4 3D printers. I have 3 filament printers, and I have a resin printer. And I have those specifically to do really cool costume props and bits and pieces. You will have seen that video that I did on my Iron Man Mark 1 helmet, which was fully 3D printed on my little Wanhao i3. It's a 20 centimeter square build plate. I think it's 18 centimeters tall. That's the build volume, so it's not huge. But it does do some amazing stuff. I recently purchased, just over Christmas, so like 6 months ago now, I purchased a Creality CR10 secondhand, which is going to require some repair work to get it up and running, but that increases my build volume by half again, which is great. Now, why am I talking about 3D printers? Well, I'm building an Iron Man suit. My overall idea with these 3D printers was to build cool stuff, to build things like Iron Man. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. While I was over in England and in Europe, I did get to meet Frankly Built, who, if you haven't followed his channel, you should definitely go and follow his stuff, because fucking amazing. There's a selfie here. And I got to meet Emily the Engineer. Now, these two amazing makers and amazing channels have built Iron Man suits. And in fact, it's Frank's channel that basically made me think, well, if I'm gonna be Iron Man, I better be able to do Iron Man stuff. So with an Iron Man suit does come build videos. Now I'm not going to do a tutorial series because I'm going to be making a whole lot of this up as I go, but I will be doing vlog style videos on the progress as it goes. Won't be for every single piece. In fact, a lot of the 3D printing is going to be glossed over because I'm very new to it. Even though I've had printers for years, I haven't really put them through their paces. I don't know the ins and outs of things. I'm not great at troubleshooting stuff that I'm not super familiar with. But I will be doing a blog style or a vlog style video series on my Iron Man build. First question is going to be, which Iron Man suit are you doing? I'm officially going to be building the Mark 7 Iron Man suit. Now that is the suit that Tony Stark wears in the second half of the Avengers movies. He gets thrown off Avengers Tower by Loki, and the suit forms itself around him. It's the nice big bulky one from the climax of the Avengers movie, and you see it pretty roughed up through Iron Man 3. Now, there's a couple of reasons I'm choosing that suit, mainly because it's big and bulky, so I've got a lot of leeway with building out proportions and playing with things like lifts, which I will require in my suit to make me as tall as I can proportionally be. For reference, for everybody out there, I'm like 5'7". Iron Man should be 6'1" to 6'4". He should be quite tall. The proportions for Iron Man work from the waist up, but then the legs need to be really long. So I'm going to be building lifts into my boots, and hopefully I will be showing you guys how I've done that. My suit is going to be primarily made with 3D printed parts. There's going to be fiberglass stuff in there. I'm hoping to do some cast resin pieces, some urethane pieces for some flexibility. I feel like I'm in a pretty advantageous situation of I've got a whole lot of experience sculpting, casting, and molding. Perhaps I can do something really cool with an Iron Man suit. If I am using a helmet, I'm going to end up using my Killer Body helmet. In fact, this is the paint scheme that I'm going to try and mimic. Take this to a paint shop and see whether they can match the paint for me. But I do not intend to wear a helmet with my suit. I want to have the shrunk down neck seal where it's sort of split down in layers, and have the exposed head because I can pull off an okay Tony Stark without the helmet. And the helmets, unless you do like Frankly Built has, which is go through and scale one ever so slightly larger than your head, they always look bobbleheady, and I don't want to look like a bobblehead, and this will help with my proportions. So, gonna go unmasked. Big question is, how are you gonna start? And I can answer that, is I've already started. This is my test 3D print of the chest plate. Now the files I'm using are from Do3D. They are a purchasable file set for the full suit, and this is my test print that I finished not long before I went away. In fact, this was started at the very start of April, I think the 10th of April, and this is one full roll of filament, and this is 5 pieces for the main bulk of this. So we're at 79%, and this is 1/2 of the left bicep. This is the top half, which we're printing through, and then if we go over here, we've got some support material on the outside, and this is a 2-part print. This is actually the shoulder bell. You can see we got that support material on the outside. It's because it was printed up like this, which means that I ended up, well, saving about 60% of the filament by not printing a whole lot of support material inside. I'm trying to print this with as little support material as is possible, as that's just going to save me a fuckload of money and also a fuckload of time. So it fits on my chest pretty well. I may need to scale this up, but this was printed at 100%. And you can see my little arc reactor on the inside there. It's actually a model kit of an arc reactor that I got off eBay. It's the Mark II arc reactor, the one that would typically go in the Iron Man Mark III suit. So it's not right for this suit, but I really wanted that depth and detail inside the arc reactor rather than just a white light. So I've 3D modeled up a couple of cylindrical pieces that are welded onto the back of this. This back housing holds the arc reactor in. It is actually removable, but I will have to do some modifications because it does stick out quite far. The awesome thing about using this model kit arc reactor that's in here is it already comes with LED lights in it, and it runs off USB power. But once you've got it plugged into a battery pack, you've got a full arc reactor, and it shows all the detail, and it looks really nice. It's got that beautiful white with a little bit of a blue haze to it. It's going to work really, really nicely for an Iron Man. It has been plastic welded together, so I'll be doing a lot of playing around with filling and disguising of seams, working out the strongest way to bond pieces together, and having a look at how other people have done Iron Man suits. If somebody's already done it before, maybe learn from their mistakes rather than going through and making all of the same ones again. So I'm going to check out channels like Frankly Build and like Emily the Engineer, anybody that's done full Iron Man builds in 3D printing, and see what works well for them. Frank's really, really open with the information that he has learned, with sharing that and making sure that it is knowledge that's out there, as well as tips and tricks. He's just the exact sort of maker that you really want to be following if you're doing this sort of thing. What does that mean for the rest of the channel? Will I stop doing Ghostface stuff? Will you see less horror? Absolutely not. This is not going to be a full-time project. I will still be doing all of my awesome Ghostface stuff. I've got some really, really cool stuff coming up. I've got some Slipknot stuff coming up. I've got some Lordy stuff to touch on, which is going to be really exciting. At least I think it is. We're still going to be doing all of that fun horror shit. As we get into it, this channel will just have a little bit more Iron Man in there. Well, that's about it from me today, guys. I just wanted to do a quick touch base, say that I'm still alive. Yeah, I'm still around. Show off some of the stuff that I'm currently working on. I will be doing some little shorts as well as major stuff. There'll be a whole playlist on Kunk builds and Iron Man. So that's going to be great fun to see. But just wanted to let you know something that I'm super excited about and show off a bunch of really, really cool things to come. But this is the announcement that I'm going to be Iron Man, and I'm really excited for it. Thanks very much for watching, guys. I'll catch you next time.